Okay, all right. How is everybody doing tonight? It's Big Chonis coming at you here. What's up, Bud Thompson? What's up, Pat Cam? What's up, Claiborne Taylor? What's up, Matthew? What's up, Joe S? I am not in Vegas yet. Only a couple more days, my friend there. What's up, Dale? Possibly. What's up, AT? What's up, Tone Loke? I've been trading for over 10 years, trading for crypto for over 2.5 years. Hey, Maddie. What's going on, buddy? What's up? Friday night, huh? We got through it, didn't we? A long week, but really in crypto, like the week never really ends, does it? It never really ends. Crypto 24/7, 365. That's why we love it. And that's why we have these sleepless nights, don't we? My name is Big Chonis. Remember, you guys can follow me on Twitter. I'm a cryptocurrency trader, an investor, a mentor, a chart psychologist. I'm also a featured contributor to Bitcoin Live. And I like doing these shows for you guys on Twitter and YouTube. Remember, you guys can reach out to me if you're interested in my online mentoring. We can start with an hour session. It's $129. And basically, it's you and me one-on-one via Skype. You guys can see my screen. If you like, I can see your screen. And we can help you set up your trading view, talk about different trading disciplines, indicators I like to use, and just kind of answer all those questions that you've always kind of wanted, that one-on-one personalized, interaction to kind of get those things answered. So please feel free to reach out to me on Twitter DM or email me at bigchonis@gmail.com. Also, love you guys to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I can't believe how many videos I've put out over these many months here. It's amazing to think about. I started this less than a year ago, and just all the content I put out, it's just incredible. And because of you, because I'm doing this for you guys, I'm doing this for you. I like talking about Bitcoin and cryptocurrency trading, also chart aspects. And, I'm on this journey with you together, and I'm not going anywhere. I am here for the long haul because Bitcoin is also here for the long haul. And listen, interesting price action today. We've been in this very tight price range for the past week. And as we go into the weekend of price action here, we're looking for some sort of momentum change here in our price. Now, I will hide my wheel for now, but we will get back to that later on in the show. I'm on the 5 minute chart here. I just wanted to start with that because what I'm looking for now, when Bitcoin tends to range in these very tight areas here, where we're only in this $200 price range, $200 from 3,700 to 3,500. What's our near-term resistance, our near-term support? And as we watch this, basically what we're looking for is what's the equilibrium break? What's the thing that's going to really change the direction of this market? Because until we were able to get above 3,700, or until we break below 3550, really, you know what? I'll take that down a little bit. 3480, until we're able to break between these two green lines here, which has encompassed our trading price for the past 5-6 days here, until one of these breaks, nothing happens in this market here. Okay, we can still go as high as 3,700 and find the resistance. We can still go as low as 3,480 and find the support, and continue to range in this area. Only breaking through this price action can we basically get a sense of the potential next bigger move for Bitcoin. Now, listen, when we range, it's not necessarily the best thing, especially in a bear market. Okay, if we were in a bull market, is consolidation the thing we can use? Absolutely. We can use the name of consolidation because we're in a bull uptrend. Okay, we're consolidating and we're looking for that next level. But it's so early to say that we're in a bull uptrend in any capacity right now. We have temporarily for now found support at 3150. We got a very nice bull bounce from it. Took us from $3,100 all the way to $4,200 there. And not only did that bounce, give Bitcoin, a 35% increase in the price action there, But what it also did is allowed a lot of our altcoins to have these charts that were really setting up for a good move as long as Bitcoin had a bullish intent with a ranging, then they could basically capitalize on that. And sure enough, over the past couple of weeks, we had seen coins like, Tron for sure, ADA, a couple other ones, Litecoin had its move. ETH was able to capitalize on this. Bitcoin Cash, Bitcoin SV actually popped before this. So a lot of altcoins across the board, Link, BNB, these are charts that were able to continue to move bullishly and allow money flow to come into them because Bitcoin has been able to range in this area. Okay, now a lot of this bounce was the accumulation of a very oversold bearish market. Now we saw that with our indicators on higher time frames. Okay, stuff like our weekly chart being able to break our RSI. Oops. Below 30, that closed below 30. Let me go to, let's see here. Let me go to my stamp chart, which is more in, okay, so listen, the last time we broke 30 on our weekly RSI, okay, we found a bounce in the price action. Okay, this was the correlation with our second low and our actual final low of our bearish market here of 2014, 2015. But before we got to there, we had an initial test of this 30 region on our RSI, which produced a nice bounce before falling lower into the RSI channel. So which phase is this? Is this the after phase where we find our near-term support, have a failed rally, and put in a lower low on our Bitcoin price action? Or is this just the beginning of that? Or is this the actual, okay, this is the bottom here, and what we're going to be doing over the next couple weeks and potentially couple months is ranging in an area from 3K to 5K? Is that really the possibility that we're looking at over the next several weeks and months? We never got down to this test here without the second test. So for now, we are on this initial test still and bounce of our first break of our RSI 30 on our weekly chart. Now, when that has happened last time, and all we're comparing to is just what happened in our last bear market, which is only really half the thing we have to compare to right now. We put in a lower low in our price, we put in a lower low in our RSI, which would mean that a lower low in our price and RSI would put an RSI on our weekly below 28, which it closed below, and something lower there. Okay, so this pattern on our longer term time frame on our RSI still can be in play because that's the history that we have in front of us here. Similarly with our stochastic here, okay? Now, actually, I'm going to keep the stochastic for later on in the show. Let's go back to the MACD here for a second. Okay, this was let's go to the exact date here, 2015, right there. Okay, this here was our low in our price action in Bitcoin. So it just talks to you about how extreme our bullish move in Bitcoin was. And this is my point through all of this, okay? Everything is relatively speaking here. A move to Bitcoin with $1,000, okay, produced this kind of a hump. The move to Bitcoin in $20,000, 20x our previous all-time high, okay, is going to produce bigger extremes. That's why over the long term, I actually feel like this bear market is going to take longer than our 2014 bear market because the extreme parabolic move Bitcoin had on the bullish side, we are still going to take a long time to correct from that. But what are we seeing now on our higher time frame weekly MACD? Well, at least our leading indicator has found some bottoming support. Our trailer definitely has slowed its bearish momentum, and our histogram is definitely rising here as we've played out the last couple months of price action from our December lows. So we have a couple holding patterns here of our bullishness, okay? But listen, unlike the Bollingers or the price action to go that far on the negative, the MACD can have a similar negative comparison just as it had on its bullish move here. It won't get as high because we don't have enough running room, okay, but there's still yet to say that this is the end of the end but at least we have a sense here that at least we're basically slowing down our bearish moves here. Now, so far, it's the histogram that's calling the shots. We have a higher low, higher low, higher low. Oh, crap. Am I losing signal here? A higher low consistently here in our histogram profile. And we're going to continue to watch that play out to see if the bull momentum can continue. If we start putting in a lower low, especially in the next couple of weeks of price action of our histogram there, it could be a very ominous sign that the bulls are losing that momentum. Still holding around $450 from our current low price action here as we see it. Okay, weekly chart again, chalk and money flow looks terrible. We're not getting the new money. The new money, that's what we need, the new money flowing into the price action of Bitcoin here. We're not seeing that happen yet. We're still seeing this lower money flow. That's why all of our little bullish moves continue to be sold off along the way with a lower profile in our OBV line here, and our OBV oscillator still is not able to put in a higher low every time we try and arrange bullishly here, and see how long way we have to go to get to our zero line and our overall indicators as well. Remember, guys, super chat is active. Tips are always appreciated. Okay. Oh, I'm having computer problems, aren't I? God darn it. Why are we slowing up here? I know I should have restarted my computer. All right, we'll keep an eye on this lag here. And if it gets really bad, we'll have to reset here. But what we're watching here is Bitcoin. Let's go back to Bitcoin. Let's go back to the base, Coinbase. And let's go back to the hourly chart here as we start a new hour in the price action of Bitcoin. And what are we watching here? We had a little pump. We had a little pump at the beginning of the hour here. And we do like to see that as sometime maybe the new day brings in new buyers here, but it was definitely short-lived on that initial pump here. And a lot of that just has to do with our volume profile. We're just not seeing our volume come in here in the price action we want to see. Now, our equilibrium is still extremely tight, even in this tight zone here I mentioned earlier of our $200, overall tight zone price action here. In that itself, we're still seeing a very tightening equilibrium here, and that is getting closer, at least on this lower time frame, okay, to finding some sort of move. Even if a breakthrough here is nothing really matters until we can get above that $3,700 area there, and that's something we're going to continue to keep an eye on as we watch through this and see if we can actually see if we can have that momentum continue. All right, hey, listen, quick shout out to the chat room here. I got a little lag here on the computer, so let's see if we can get through this without having me reset. Who else haven't I said hello to on this Friday night, January 18th, 2019? Jeremy Knox, what's up, my friend? Justin Swartz, SS, you're welcome, my friend. Antonio, what's up, brother? Anis, Subul, ALXNW, Tariq, Alan Bayer, what's up, brother? Listen, our volume, again, it's hard to say what of this volume is retail and what of this volume is just bots and exchanges. Have a sip of my drink here tonight. Okay. There's so little retail money flowing into crypto right now. All that's there seems to be the money that's currently in there. Okay. Alt money flying around, bouncing from one to another. Alt using this momentum, at least stability of Bitcoin to at least get to that sense of movement there, but we're just not seeing that next level higher. So let's do a couple analysis here on some higher time frames. So let's look at our daily chart. We closed our daily candle about 30 minutes ago. Very similar story as yesterday's candle in the sense that we're just in this very tight price range here. This wick of what? $30. I mean, whatever, this wick of $30, this tight action, price action here, it's all the same narrative. Nothing that happened yesterday gave us any more direction as the previous day, other than the fact that we put in a lower low than the previous day's candle, and we put in a lower volume profile as well. So what does this mean? We put a lower low, but a lower volume profile. All these contradictory things here continue to play out. This is very frustrating to us here, is because we're looking for the next direction. Again, it keeps coinciding with the fact that we just have this range here of $200. Ah, crap. Am I losing? Hey, what's up, Cheds? What's up, Cheds? I'm having some streaming issues here. My computer. All right, let's keep going here. Hope we can get through this. Listen, I want to talk about our longs and our shorts here. Um, let's see here. Let's go to our longs and our shorts. BCH shorts. Okay, so listen, we're still ranging close to that line of volatility. There it is. I keep talking about this line here. Okay, has produced bearish moves in Bitcoin, bearish load-ups on our shorts, and we're still just not touching it yet. We're so close. We're so close. I want to get down here, potentially even breaking it. Potentially even breaking it. Okay, now what this means is if this begins to spike up and rise, okay, this is a bearish intent in the price action of Bitcoin, where short positions are beginning to increase after having sold off for so long and resetting all of its indicators there. Now our Bitcoin longs, which are BTC shorts, which have disappeared for some ridiculous reason. BTC shorts, BTC shorts, BTC longs. What the heck? BTC, USD, longs. There we go. Okay. Okay, are still positioned. They haven't, okay, even with this bearishness of Bitcoin, they're still angled in this upper range here, okay? Now, they've pulled back a bit. Their RSI has pulled back on it. Still a relatively prosperous 53, or a relatively strong 53. They just look like they want to go up one more time. They really do. I would not be surprised if the longs here just want to retest these upper areas here. We're still putting in lower lows, lower low, lower low, lower low. Okay, 31,000, 34,000, 36,000 here. But the way it just seems like maybe just one more push higher. Okay, but for now, the lower low pattern, okay, is still in play until that gets changed. We can close or get a candle above 34,000 contracts. That shows the bulls getting a little more excited. And maybe that's the whole point here. Maybe Bitcoin can pump just a little bit higher to get these longs to increase their positions and their shorts to potentially start to load in on that. Okay, so far in our bearish price action on Bitcoin, shorts haven't taken the bait. Shorts have not taken the bait. What is it going to take for shorts to take the bait? Okay, yeah, Cheds, don't shorts increase as price rises here. So far that has not been the case. They've depreciated as the price has fallen, and they have not, and they've depreciated as the price has risen. So far we haven't seen that change in direction yet. Okay, what's up, Heb or Heb, and what's up, Crypto Supply? Uh, increase with Mentor. Yeah, so we're still looking for one more lower potential touch here of our shorts. Now, what will encourage the shorts to increase? It could be one of two things. Absolutely. It could be a bear break of Bitcoin, okay? Or it could be a bull break of Bitcoin, which the shorts feel, this is just a fake out. This is just a bull trap. So keep an eye on this. This will tell a story here because right now we haven't seen any major volatility on daily here in over a week. We're basically primed for something bigger to happen here. All right, let's take a look here. What else we got here? Let's go back to Bitcoin. Let's see if we have any momentum here in our hourly chart as we start a new hour in the price action of Bitcoin. Okay, again, it's so hard to kind of find something to talk about just because, once again, the price action of yesterday, the price action of today are very similar. Still in our basically mid-channel TD counts here. You know, obviously we keep an eye on our higher time frames, our weekly. Okay, we're still in a red one. Okay, our 3-day, red 4, our daily, green one after a red one after a green one. So still nothing there of getting us any information. 12-hour, just a green one. 6-hour, red 3. The 4 hours are red 5, so we're getting closer to something maybe, and then the 1 hour is nothing. So there's nothing in our TD counts here just because of our tightness of our price action that's giving us any move that we can see we have that situation that we're kind of going there. Yeah. All right. So let's see what else we can talk about here. Let's close our TD. I want to bring up my Ichimoku cloud here because I'm watching this on multiple time frames to see if it's giving me some sense of where we're ranging here. The 1 hour right now is pretty much useless. 4 hour is showing Tenkan Sen support. And that is something here. We've been ranging above it. We've been intercandling breaking it, but for now we're just holding it there, okay? Which puts a target somewhere around this just $3,700 area there, which is still one more pump here just to see if we can get some more longs to kind of FOMO in and see how we tackle this resistance here. Our 6 hour, okay, now our 6 hour has been a little more bearish. We were able to get above it and hold above it. Now we're finding our Tenkan Sen as resistance. Again, similar resistance there. Our 12 hour, we're basically nowhere near our supports. And this is notable. We had a bearish TK cross here, okay, several candles ago, and that still continues to play out there. Again, our near-term resistance, 3,700-ish area, is consistent. And lastly here, our daily, we're still way below our Tenkan Sen support. Again, $3,800 continues to be that area there where resistance can turn support. And I'm watching our Kaijin here fall so quickly here. These indicators have been separated basically very strongly since November, and once again they're getting close here. So we're going to see how these guys interact. Bullish TK cross or a bearish TK cross could be pretty prominent here on the next couple days of Bitcoin's price action. Overall, the volume continues to be the most scariest part of this whole thing here. We're not getting more volume coming in here. Even in our ranging here, we're not seeing that continued volume there. Okay. Let's see who else in the chat room here. Edemer, what's up, buddy? Hey, thanks for the kind words there. Crypto Supply, what's up, Tariq? Whew, remember guys, Super Chat is active. If you guys have any alt requests, tips are always appreciated if you want to get those looking there. And also I'm going to pull up our wheel of alts here, and let's just get the game started here. Let's take a look here and see which alt we're going to start with tonight as we spin the wheel of alts. And we're going to start with BCHSV, Satoshi's Vision it is. Let's see here. I have... this is the Binance chart. Let's close my cloud. And I'm kind of start looking at these basically in terms of our Bollingers and kind of do that for the rest of this alt perspective here, because what we have here is on our daily still a pretty wide Bollinger Band. We're still finding lower BB support, our upper BB, or sorry, our middle BB around 8150, lower BB 70. And this was one of the first ones to pump actually. This one had a bigger pump before Bitcoin's actual foundation here. So this one had a couple day head start. I remember this one. Okay, so this one was a leader then. It could be potentially a leading indicator as well for the next bull move or bear move here. So keep an eye on this one to see if this one gives a forerunner to what actually potentially could happen. Price action of Bitcoin. No, Cheds, I do not accept XRP tips. And please don't hold XRP tokens for very long. Can you the heads up on gold, please? I can look at gold, I guess, here. Sure. So let's do another spin of the wheel here. Here we go. Let's take another look at another altcoin. And we're going to look at, yeah, I got two here, LTC and ETC, kind of right on the border. So let's take a look at both. So let's look at LTC. Now, listen, I want to look at LTC BTC here first, okay? Because listen, this is the Bitcoin. We're watching the Bitcoin ratio. Okay, this is like we think of LTC sometimes as a USD value as like $30 or so. Or is it this Satoshi level here? So what are we seeing? Well, we're seeing middle BB daily resistance here. What was support? What was support? Breaking through upper BB is now resistance. Now resistance. So potentially a lower test of our lower BB is in the cards if we can't get our middle BB. Now, I'd like to see if we can see that continuation of that play out here. So that could be a forerunner. Okay, just as Bitcoin Cash or Bitcoin SV was quicker to pop, Litecoin actually showed that way. So what we'll be watching for will be a bullish divergence in the LTC BTC price action. And you would see that here on the LTC BTC pairing, not the LTC USD pairing. Getting above our middle Bollinger would be a big first step in that. ETC on our wheel here. Let's see, ETC, BTC. Interesting. Again, similarly here, we found lower BB support, ranging them below our middle BB here. And listen, all of our alt charts look very familiar. They look very similar because, we were seeing that bullish altcoin divergence, and now that Bitcoin is ranging, we're not seeing, save a couple coins, we're not seeing that continuation in alts. People are very hesitant right now, it feels, to put money in alts right now and spread it out. And that's something that we have to keep an eye on there. Oh, I'm sorry here, the wheel's blocking that, isn't it? All right, let's do one more wheel spin here, and then we'll hide the wheel. Spin the wheel. And BCH. Okay, so listen, I'm going to hide the wheel here. And we have our first donation of the night. Crypto Supply Company, $1.99. Thank you, sir. I will definitely check out Neo for you, my buddy. All right, so listen, let's look at BCH real fast, and we'll check out Neo for my friend Crypto Supply. Now, Bitcoin Cash had the biggest run from almost a percentage wise here, almost a 200% run. Just a crazy move there. And listen, if Bitcoin can move higher here, Bitcoin can definitely get us to that next point there. We can actually contend with a similar move potentially from a bullish standpoint here. Very tight in our equilibrium channel here. There we go. And we have found support still on our lower support here. Get rid of that there. It's funny, we test this lower channel here, here. We get a little bounce, okay? A little bounce. Do we have enough oomph to retest our upper channel resistance here? Which, yeah, I keep this pretty solid here, okay? This is another example here on our altcoins as we get tighter and tighter into our equilibrium, and we're not getting that far away. I mean, listen, our apex is just a couple days away, on a couple more 4-hour candles away before we actually see the kind of sense of what's going on there. Neo. Let's go to Neo here for my buddy Crypto Supply Company. Neo. It's not a bad looking 4-hour chart, if I may say so myself here. I like the continued upward movement there. Let me see. Do I have another? Do I have one with artwork on it? No. Oh, Bittrex, not enough volume there. So let's look at the BTC pairing, and then we'll do the USD pairing. So let's go to the daily chart just to get a sense of where we are. Interesting, very tight range here. Our volume profile is decreasing. Let's look at our RSI. Yeah, our RSI is still a very nice 52 here. Going to keep an eye on that here because we're definitely holding this nice range here. And look at our Stoke. So we're just holding above we're still not in our zero line here. I got to get it right down there. Okay, so we're definitely it's just on the edge there of a chance of a continuation. Okay, our MACD is definitely spreading out here, and we're losing our histogram momentum. And our CMF definitely gave back a lot of momentum there as well. But we are still putting in these higher lows, which is something of notability here. And you know what? Instead of that, I'm going to do a channel to see what we're watching here. Okay, so this is basically what we're watching here. Okay, we're watching here this defined channel. Now, what does this channel tell us? When we find lower channel support, okay, we can hit our upper channel resistance. Okay, right now we're basically ranging between our lower channel and our middle channel. So I'd say two things here. If we're able to break through Here's take this a different way. If we touch our lower channel support, okay, we're looking for this area to hold. Okay, this would be an area here where we expect to find support, okay, and potentially a bounce in our price action here. If we're able to get through our middle channel resistance, okay, that can definitely take us to our upper channel. And if we're in a long here, I would definitely get out and scale out of a long position if we retest this upper resistance here and now here, especially with the way this candle reacted as we hit this plane here of resistance. So that's the play here. Okay, I wouldn't do anything yet. I would wait to see if this lower support is tested. And then in that context, I'd basically say you keep a stop below something around here, and I would do a target like that. So listen, I mean, that's your ratio. It's about basically a 4-to-1 trade there, but I wouldn't do any trade until we touch this area here of our lower support, assume it holds, and then basically let that ride by taking profits midway through your middle channel here, and then see if you can scale some out as we get closer to our upper channel resistance here. Okay, and again, all these are basically based on what we could potentially see in the price action of Bitcoin here. If Bitcoin can find that next bullish momentum there, that'll be something. Now let's look at the USD comparison and see if we see anything different in our price action here. Okay, so it looks like we have, let me go to our 6-hour here, auto this up. Okay, are we trying to put in some sort of an ascending triangle here, maybe? Let's see here. It's almost like, yeah, it's almost kind of like a pennant. It's still kind of a bear pennant for now based on what we fall here. We were able to get over $10, $7 here. Let's do a fib from our overall swing low to swing high and see what we're talking about here of our support. This really shows how strong our golden ratio of support is there. I mean, look at that, 65, 61 right there. There's where we had our bounce. Lovely. Okay, we're ranging here right above our 55. Okay, so with that, I'm going to do an inverse. I'm basically going to kind of see what it takes to climb up the mountain and what's acting as our resistances here. So if we are able to hold this higher low, I'd be targeting something like the $9 range here, okay, which still puts in a lower high, okay, on our price action with a rejection here, okay, but it still allows for a little bit more of a bullish expansion. Okay, now this is again coinciding with the Bitcoin retesting the 4K area. Bitcoin retest 4K, I can definitely see EO pumping to this area here while still maintaining its overall bullish stance. You're very welcome, my friend. See, that's what a good tip can do for you. All right, let's take a look at Ethereum, because listen, Ethereum was supposed to have a fork 2 days ago, then they were supposed to have a fork today, and now they've postponed it to February. So any narrative about an Ethereum fork and that being the bullish catalyst for driving the price action of Bitcoin, the Bitcoin markets, where's the like, is that the plan now? We're going to push the fork out for a month, or now we're going to let Ethereum run for another month? I mean, is this ridiculous here? Is this kind of what's going to keep the ETH market up and going here? Just like Bitcoin, we're in this very tight pattern here. Go back to my triangle. Okay, and we're just getting close to that GD apex here. Okay. We do a lot of these triangles with ETH too. Now, ETH, unlike Bitcoin, is still on a bullish hold, not quite at the 61.8 fib level yet. Okay, so we actually have just the highest sense of bullishness in Bitcoin and in ETH than Bitcoin, just because Bitcoin was able to touch 61 and so was Litecoin. And speaking about Litecoin here, let's bring up our middle BB here and see if this corresponds to what we want it to correspond with. Interesting here. So yeah, middle BB, once again, that resistance line on our middle Bollinger Band. Oh, come on, computer, you can do it. The gerbil's moving here. Let's go. No fork. Yeah, there's a chance. He makes a good point. There's a very good chance, that there could be no fork or a postponement in it. And this fork is not the fork where you get free coins. This fork is more of an upgrade in the software. You know, so it's kind of that thing that it doesn't necessarily we can't necessarily look at past experiences and past instances to see if we can have that kind of similar outcome when we have a fork in these and these altcoins. And listen, these are just news driven events. These are those events that allow these coins to basically piggyback on that and allow that expansion to continue. All right, guys, I got about a couple more minutes here before I'm going to close it out. Uh, Listen, I'm going to pull the wheel up one more time and we'll do one more altcoin extravaganza here. And then we're going to call it an evening. 3, 2, 1, spin the wheel. Let's see what we got here. And we're going to look at ZEC. So let's look at some Zcash. Let's hide our wheel here. Oops. There we go. We can see our 83 of my closest friends tonight on this Friday night. ZEC, there she is. Let's go on the USD pairing here as well. And daily chart, yeah, see very tight price action here, or volume declining here. No bullish divergence, no bearish divergence really in our BTC pairing as well. OBV has fallen off a little more significantly here than our price action. So there's a little more sense of bearishness here in our ZEC. And listen, this is all corresponding to the fact that we're not seeing that continuation of Bitcoin price action. 52.5 is our BTC dominance. I expect that to increase if Bitcoin begins to break down bearishly, and honestly increase if it goes bullish too. I just can't see the next wave of money going into alts after the nice moves they've had. Do they have another run for that second intention of price action here? I just don't know if they have that next push higher in them. Only with that really big push in the price of Bitcoin here that can really justify that kind of a move there. So, hey guys, give me some thumbs up here. Let's finish the show off with some quick price action on Bitcoin and see where we're at here. And listen, we've been at $3,600 for forever, it seems. Look at our hourly Bollinger Band. Okay, this is very tight on our hourly chart. I remember I put a tweet out here about our tightness here in our BBs. We had a break. We've been ranging here. Okay, every time, and here's something you guys can keep an eye on. Here's exactly what you guys should keep an eye on the next 24 hours here, because what's going to happen here is we're looking for the thing that changes the trend. For now, our hourly chart, our hourly Bollinger Bands are holding the candles in, right? We break through it bullishly, we break through it bearishly, except for this guy here. Okay, we close back into it. Watch to see several hourly candles closing outside of our Bollinger Bands. Okay, there's room to expand these on a lower time frames. Okay, our 4 hours getting tighter. It's not there yet. It's getting tighter here. We're still finding middle BB resistance. Our 6 hours still a little wide here. Still finding low middle BB resistance. This says there could be several more. This could take some time, maybe through the weekend. Okay, for a more definitive move. Our 12-hour BB is still very tight. Sorry, very wide, very wide. Okay, needing to consolidate, needing to come tighter here. Middle BB still acting as our resistance, and our daily Bollingers here also still wide here, showing the next move in Bitcoin. Okay, we have running room down to 34. Okay, we have resistance down to 38. and we have major resistance to 4K. Anything in our Bollinger Bands on our daily is kind of irrelevant because we're still putting in lower highs. We're still putting in higher lows. Breaking through the Bollingers on the daily is kind of set the trend for our next move there. I'd be very shocked to see a major big move. This will take a couple days of momentum to build, I feel, in either direction because of our declining volume profile. All right, guys. You guys are awesome. 79 of my closest friends here tonight. You guys are great hanging with me on a Friday night. Okay, I'll keep you guys posted through the weekend. Give me some thumbs up, give me some likes, give me some follows. Remember to follow me on YouTube. Remember to follow me on Twitter. Please reach out to me if you've interest in my online personalized mentoring discussions. Again, it's a Skype chat, one-on-one. You guys can see my screen. If you'd like, I can see your screen. We can help you get your trading views set up, talk about some of the indicators and some of the trading disciplines I talked about on today's show and others. Appreciate your tips there. Crypto Supply Company is the big winner of the night. Thank you very much, my brother. Until next time, this is Big Chonis. You guys are awesome. I appreciate your support. Thank you for following me on Twitter and YouTube. Till then, it's Big Chonis. Have a great weekend. Have a fun Friday night. Try and get out there and do something fun. Guys rock. Peace out. Chonis. Talk to you later.